Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. This is part 4. I said in the other videos I was going to make part 3. And this, if your tabs don't fit, we went over in part 3 if your wood is too thick, how you could sand down your wood and get them to fit. But that only is for these inside holes. And, well, it's more than that. It's actually, if your wood's too thick, it's going to stick over the edges of the joints. So here's the other part. If the wood's fine, but your laser's kerf is just a little bit different. And we looked in that other video, the kerf, there's the difference in the kerf, the square hole. Let me make the square one blue. The square hole is blue now. And the square hole is red, and the male tab that's got to go in there is bigger because of the kerf. So this is where, and if you didn't watch those videos, you might want to watch them, because this is a cutout. You don't want to cut out, there'd be 5 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there'd be 5 pieces if you cut it out. And if it doesn't fit, you've wasted a lot of wood and a lot of time. So this is how you would correct that. I would not correct any of the inside. I would correct all my male tabs. And the way you do that, it's a little bit painstaking, but once you get it figured out, it works. You can see all the nodes. I'm going to set my nudge factor on 0.001, which I normally have it on. And I'm going to hit it with the shape tool. And we're saying it's too tight, so we need to make it less tight. And the only way to make it less tight is to change the nodes. So if you grab, well, it'd be better to start right here. Grab these 2 nodes and arrow them up. I mean, it just moved it minutely. Arrow these down. Arrow these up. Arrow these down, because we're trying to make the tab littler up. And I'm just showing you this on this one. And then arrow these down. And then just kind of do the exact same thing on the other side, but the other direction. Take your shape tool, grab all those, and go left. Grab all these and go right. Grab all, well, yeah, that's right. I'm making the males smaller, so I'm going to go left. On here, I'm going to go right, and we're moving them just minutely. Left, right. Now, in that short of time, you've changed the whole bottom. This particular unit won't be that bad, and then you'd want to do this to this one, but really you just want to test that hole. So I'd recut it out, and now let's make it blue, and we'll bring it in and see if it doesn't look any different. I should have made a copy. I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite a bit different. I should have made a copy. Let's just nudge it over. It's quite a bit different. I really wish I would have made a copy of it. Well, let's just do this. If you look at that, we've got let's just measure it. Take the virtual segment or the parallel dimension tool and go from that node to that node. We got, well, I'm not exactly on it, 0.39. Let's try to do right on the edge to the edge, 0.39. Let's look at one we haven't changed yet. Take the parallel dimension tool, hold down the control button so it goes perpendicular. Okay, we're 0.39. Let's see if it, 0.394. Let's remeasure this one. Let's add a decimal place. 3.2. So it's 2/100ths of an inch, or maybe even 2/1000 of an inch smaller. So if that doesn't work, just go back and do it again. Once you find out on your sample, then your bottom is done. You know, this piece is done. This is one of your pieces. And what is so nice about this, that you only have to do this on these males, and these males. You don't have to do them on the inside because we're reducing the male. This piece takes care of all that, and this piece fits in there. And so this is what you're going to do before you duplicate it. You know, you're just going to take, now if your shape tool won't select it, you need to go to Object and Group and ungroup it. And then just do the same thing. We're going to make our males. So this is, you know, this is really a female, but we need to make it, you know, so you could actually start here. That is weird that it doesn't select everything. Trying to grab the shape tool. Okay, these are like broken apart. What I would do, well, because of the living hinges, you can't really smart fill it, but you can't really select. You know what you can do is select the whole thing. Then you've got the whole thing selected. Go back to the pick tool. You've got everything selected. Now grab the shape tool. No, it's only going to let you do. You know what we can do? This is a little bit maybe unorthodox. I do not like messing with living hinges. So let's take a 2-point line and put it like right here. And see, this box is so well thought of and made. Even their living hinges are not, you know, they've got a little, I noticed this the other day on the box. They've got a little slope to the living hinge. Now let's take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. And I nudged it over once, but I want to put it back. I'm going to nudge it over 4 inches a bunch of time. Then I'm going to left click, right click, because we can always put this back. And then go up to Object, break the curve apart. And now we've got all the nodes connected. So take the shape tool. And actually we want to, this is the male part. So we actually want to go, let's change it to 0.001. And you could actually, you know, after you test it, if you know it's twice that amount, so we're going to go up, we're going to go down, we're going to go up. Now I admit this is a little bit painstaking, and we're going to go down. Just think about the male node, male pieces. Then when you're done, what we can actually do, and this is probably really unorthodox, take all this and just delete it. We've got all our males done. Let's get every bit to that line. Because I don't want to mess with these living hinges. Okay, we're back to where we were. Now we can put our nudge back on 4 inches. This is probably confusing to a lot of you. Now just remember to take away this line. Now these aren't going to be grouped together. It may be going to cut a little bit funny, but I guarantee you that's going to work. And if you want that design, we could move that design right back. And actually we need to, because we've got some of the tabs in there. And that's what I was saying the other day. You don't have to use this design that comes with it. You know, you could, on my part 2, I made that design totally different. I'm really hoping this is helping, because this is what you can do. And, you know, that you could do this in 5 minutes once you get a little bit accustomed, because you don't have to do anything down here. You just have to do these males, because you're covering all the males on the other one. And then what I was saying, once you have it group that together and then make your duplicate, because you're going to need two pieces of this, but you only have to do it on one because now they're going to be identical. I truly hope that made a little sense, but only thing I do is say test, 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 because you're going to waste a lot of wood. Matter of fact, you could even do this. You could cut out those two pieces. This piece is going to be hollow, but then you got your piece to test to see if it's going to fit. I truly hope that helped.